Bum, bum.
Bum,
That's
bum,
such a
beat-em.
banger song.
It
Hugo
is.
did such an amazing job with that.
Drum. What did
Drum.
you say? Such
I
an
don't
amazing
know.
drum.
I was just so excited.
You do that a lot.
Yeah.
Who's the original artist for that soundbite?
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. Bum 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 beatum.
I don't even know
The
what
song is a modern Afro house reinterpretation of the legendary 1982 reggae dance hall classic "Bam Bam" by Sister Nancy. Let's listen to it. Did you guys get the new Spotify update?
I didn't.
There's a new
It's so-
Spotify update?
Well, I mean, they just
La
updated the
portada. Like the app
It's a little-
picture. But they said they were going to go back to
mine
the
just
regular.
does it by itself. Like the little disco ball?
Yeah.
yeah.
So I never
Yeah.
got it because
I
had
hated
to
it.
update my apps manually.
Like, why are you doing that shit to us?
This?
Sí, no me gusta.
I actually thought it was kind of
I
cute.
think it's cute.
People got a lot of hate for it that they're going back to their normal.
Yeah, I didn't like
to their
it.
normal
It also threw off
picture.
my entire day because I thought it was updating. It looked like because I have it in a folder, right? And I have it in my folder, and it looks like if you look, I'll screenshot it so I can actually pop up the picture.
Yeah, mine's in a folder too, but what about it?
It looks like it's updating.
Okay, I can see that.
So
I still like it. I think it's cute.
Mine didn't change.
no.
No, because I have to manually update my apps.
Oh, well, yeah, because Pau's that one person that never has storage.
And I pay for the 2 terabytes. Damn.
Makes me want to garden.
Makes me want to smoke. Oh, is that what you meant?
You don't even smoke.
Like, Mario doesn't garden. What the fuck? My brain. Oh, sorry. I know you don't.
I know. This isn't even your flavor.
Sometimes I like flavor.
Okay. What's up?
If you could throw a rap on this right
Sister
now,
Nancy.
would you be able to?
No,
Go, baby, go.
I cannot.
Or
rap
Santa
for
Mica
shit.
when we need
See
I
there.
know we need Santa Mica after this.
I know. I want to
You
like.
want to.
I
I see
want
it.
to,
I see
but
it. Your
like-
spirit
Pero
is
no me
coming
sale.
forward.
You have to try this again next time when she's here. Making her just
Make her freestyle to show.
freestyle to random songs you think.
Yeah,
of.
then Ponte las Pilas is gonna come after me.
Oh, never mind.
Shout out Ponte las Pilas. We love you guys. Thank you for the shout out the other
I
day.
forget that they do that.
Yeah,
Well, we're not copying. She's a rapper,
this is true.
Yeah.
And then what is it?
and it'll be in Spanish.
Yeah.
I want to say mockery, but it's not mockery. What is it? When you copy somebody, it's the what is it? Something
Imitation.
Yeah, best form of flattery or whatever they
Yep.
say around the bush.
You tried to put way too many sayings in that one sentence.
He does that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just
Sometimes
trying.
I'm like,
right?
what?
I'm just a boy, and I'm out here just trying.
All right,
Ready?
ready.
What's up, guys? My name is. Cut you guys off. Let's do it again. Ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Vive con huevos. 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 No sé si lo saben.
What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name is Sylvia.
My name's Pao.
Welcome back.
to another Vive con Huevos podcast. Get that protein in, just like last week. What else? Steps in.
I know. I'm so overwhelmed.
Hope you're
Why am
drinking
I
your gallon of
being
water.
Put on the spot.
We hope you
Eating your fiber.
your fiber. Oh, lots of fiber.
Reading your 10 pages a night.
Yeah. And we hope that you got the new Taste Salud drop, Skin and
Oh,
Beauty,
yeah.
Yeah.
with code VCH.
Yeah.
10% off on your first. And all your purchases actually, 10% off.
Yeah.
I finally got it
Oh,
cleared.
you got it cleared up?
Yeah.
It is on all your
It was, yeah,
purchases?
we had a
Oh,
little
nice.
Freak out moment for a bit.
Snafu.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyways, what else? What else should we be doing?
Um,
How many steps a day?
10K.
10K steps a day. That's
At
that's the.
That's the recommended amount.
Yep.
You
At
okay with it?
least.
I don't know.
But more if you can. I'm definitely not hitting the 10K. Have you seen how slow I walk now?
Oh.
I walk. I like waddle.
She waddles
behind-
everywhere.
Mario has a pet whale that just waddles behind him. Everywhere
It
we
was
go.
like that TikTok that we saw was like horrific things that husbands have said in the delivery room, and the
Oh,
wife's
that
all
one
like,
was
"I look
funny.
like a whale," and the husband replied, "But you're a majestic whale."
Yeah,
Oh no.
story of my life. The other, what did I do the other day? I don't know. I had like so before my baby shower, I had like a packed day, and I had told my mom to meet at the house at 3 because we were gonna like do the desserts or whatever. And then I text her and I was like, I'm gonna need a little more time. Like, see you guys around 4:30, right? And I was like, I don't know who I think I am. Like, I think I could move
Yeah.
the way that I was moving before and just like run around and do all these things. And I fucking walked down the stairs and I got to take a break. So we take a lot of breaks nowadays.
It's good. Stop and smell the flowers a little bit. You
Yeah.
need to slow down a little bit.
That's definitely what this
I
pregnancy
think that's
is
what
teaching
these
me.
girls are
Yeah.
came here for you.
I did actually
do.
just tell my friend today that I think these next few years are going to be really healing.
Why? How so?
In that sense, just like to like slowing down and
Yeah.
not feeling the need to always be busy with something or like preoccupied. I mean, I'm going to be busy, right?
Yeah,
But,
with the
they're gonna
girls,
keep you
like mom-
busy, but
mom
it's gonna
stuff.
be like a natural busy versus an unnatural, like you're just cramming everything into your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we
Spending a
did
lot of
say
time
last
outside.
year that we were gonna stop, but I think the universe was like, the universe really said, like, well, we're gonna force you to stop now, which I like, but
I don't mind it. I think it'll be good. I think we're
yeah,
going to do a lot of time outside.
I'm feeling a little indifferent because I kind of like our busy lifestyle.
Of course you do.
I think
What?
Pal's
You
like, listen
do.
here, you piece of shit.
no, you do really enjoy it, and
Yeah.
I not to say that I don't enjoy it. I used to enjoy it a lot more,
Mhm.
and I think with the years and the age, I've just been enjoying more quiet time and less energy.
I just really enjoy. I like hosting as much as I hate like cleaning and stuff.
No,
But-
pues no limpias.
So we got Laura for. Shout out Laura.
Oh yeah, but you also don't call her.
I enjoy. I know this is gonna sound bad because there's been a lot of back and forth in our lives about picking and choosing, but I like picking and choosing sometimes and being like, yo, pull up, just have a beer, crack open a beer with me.
Yeah,
Like it's more of a like I still enjoy the chaos, but it's like a controlled chaos now.
Well, it's like when Diego and Lily come over.
Yeah.
Like it's just them,
We're just-
we're
yeah,
just chilling.
we're
Like
just
you know,
fucking
there's
around.
no pressure behind it. Like I like that type of hangout. Like
Yeah.
Sylvia
like-
and Melly coming over.
I've slowly started to enjoy that a little bit
Yeah.
more than my chaotic like ragers.
like going out to the club and knowing every other person. Did we ever tell you that story? The first time Mario and I ever went
I
clubbing.
think
in
so.
TJ,
Yeah.
And he spent more time saying hi to people than he did with me. I was
Shit,
like-
Just a likable guy, you know?
by the
Just a
like
cool guy.
by the 10th person he introduced me to, I was like, I'm done, bro. I'm going back to the table.
Things
Like,
have still never
Yeah.
changed for us because Pal
No.
still to this day she's like, fuck, you know another person?
Yeah.
I think that I don't know where we were the other day that you ran into somebody like on the street and I just kept walking. I was like,
That's amazing.
but we were with my
Where
mom.
were we?
I think we were in North Park. Yeah, we were. We were going to get dessert. We had gone to eat and we were gonna
Oh
go get the
yeah, we
crepes.
had walked into the crepe place.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was walking.
Great place.
Mhm.
They're actually
Um,
pretty fucking bomb.
The place is called Figaro, but they have really good crepes.
Yum.
I always think of that when I think of that
Figaro,
place.
Figaro, Figaro, Figaro.
And we were like walking in, and it was like we were kind of staggered because like I think I was helping my grandma, or maybe it was like my grandma, me, and then like my mom and Mario. And so I saw when like the guy was coming up to Mario, and I was like, I'm just keep walking with my grandma. Like, no disrespect to whoever this person was, but you know a lot of people.
Yeah, I like it though. I don't
yeah.
know. You know, it's just
It's
in
not
my
a bad thing.
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. How are you with that? Because you know a lot of people
I know
too,
a
but
lot of people.
you're like a hybrid between me and Pal, where
Yeah.
you know a lot of people, but you also you enjoy solitude.
Yeah. I feel like I'm, what is that called? That's called an ambivert. Instead of an extrovert or introvert, it's called an ambivert.
I actually never heard that.
I
before.
never heard
Yeah.
of that either.
You're both. So you're selective about when each one comes
Oh,
out.
I thought that had a different name. I mean, maybe it does,
Yeah.
and I just know it by whatever the other name is.
There is another one and I forget what it is, but ambivert means that you're both.
I think
and
I'm
so-
that too.
Yeah. So like
I'm not an
if I'm
introvert.
traveling,
No,
I'm
but you're-
hella extroverted.
Yeah.
But if
But-
I'm not traveling, I'm very selective about
Yeah.
what version of me you get. And it also depends on my mood, what time of year it is.
There's a lot of.
I'm like a plant. I
She's
only
like a
bloom
fiddle
in the
fig.
spring.
So that's why I sat her next to the fiddle fig. No, but you like to pick and choose a lot, babe. You like,
I pick and choose a lot. Yeah.
and you've always been
Yeah.
that way. Like you're
I
not
have.
you're not introverted, but you've always been selective.
I'm very introverted in places I don't feel comfortable in, or places that I'm not comfortable in.
I would classify you more as introverted because only your good friends get the extroverted
Yeah,
version of you.
I'm way-
but like
yeah.
as a spin instructor, I don't know everybody in the room all
Well, you
the
don't
time.
have the luxury of
I don't
being
have the luxury of that,
introverted,
so
yeah.
I have to be extroverted in certain settings, and that's what makes me the ambivert because I have to pick and choose, and I have to know when to turn it on.
Yeah.
But I would say that if I had to pick for you, like I don't think you're the hybrid. I think you're more introverted. But the people close to you obviously get
Yeah.
the full you.
Premium pal.
Premium. Yeah. I
The
used to be way
subscription.
Yeah.
more extroverted when I was younger, and I was like in school and networking and doing all these things. And I honestly think that like school did it for me. Like once I
Yeah.
graduated, I was like, fucking don't have to talk to anybody ever again in my life. Like
All done.
Yeah, all done. Because I moved to San Francisco and like I lived with Danny, but like we had our own lives going, like had my own friends, like was part of a bunch of different groups. Like you have to be kind of extroverted to like do those things and like actually
Yeah.
build relationships and not just kind of be there. But I think after graduating and like doing all the networking and all the social events, I was just like, I'm done. Like I don't care to make more friends.
Applications are closed.
Applications are closed.
For the past 10 years.
Yeah.
No one talked to me. No one talked to me
Hey,
anymore.
what do you say?
I wouldn't be here if it was 10 years.
That's true.
I guess that's true. Selective.
You start reinventing yourself in your 30s, or what do they say?
I guess. Well, it's
That's
a
right.
reinvention, yeah. But in your 20s, you kind of learning from your traumas.
Survival
guess.
mode.
Yeah, you're in survival
20s
mode.
are survival mode.
And then
30s are reinvention time.
a lot of us in our 30s, I think, are in the same boat. Because I was kind of looking at TikTok the other day, and I was like, because I'm looking for inspiration on Off the Clock Mario.
Oh yeah.
And how I kind of like want to reintroduce myself now that I just have so many things.
Yeah.
So I wear so many
many-
hats,
yeah.
like
So
the
many
business
changes are
owner, the
coming.
podcast. Now I'm a dad, and then the twin dad thing happened, and then there's just so much on my plate that I was like, what? I'm like,
You're a dog dad.
I'm a dog dad.
It's
like,
okay, baby.
no. Which I think a lot of us go through that in our 30s and in our 20s. We're just trying to kind of figure out life and like you guys said, we're trying to like heal from our traumas, or maybe we're just discovering what our traumas are. Because I think we have lived through so many traumatic experiences that in our 20s, and especially if you're you kind of separate yourself from your nucleus, you kind of start noticing
Not the nucleus.
from your nucleus. Guys, I'm trying to sound smart. Fuck.
I'm sorry, you just took us to Nacho Libre.
I know. You can't do that.
I believe in science.
I believe in science. Where was
Yeah,
I going?
sorry.
See, I made me
You
lose that kind of thought.
You separate. From
Oh,
your
you super,
nucleus.
yeah, and then I can't take myself serious. And then you start
you
realizing,
expect us to?
yes, if you guys don't take me serious, how are the listeners going to take me serious? No, actually, guys, I'm not
They
that
don't.
serious. Then you start kind of realizing what those traumas are, right? And then you start healing, and then finally in your 30s, you kind of like, not that you have it figured out, but you start trying to figure it out a little bit more.
I think
I
you
feel
also.
like the figuring out just feels better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just get to this point where you're like, things start to just kind of click a little better. Like your frontal lobe is fully developed. Like,
Yes.
Allegedly.
you typically have like bigger responsibilities. So then those start taking priority. Whether it's like your career or a mortgage, or I don't know, you are having kids, you're getting married, whatever. Like there's typically just like those bigger life happenings at that age, that I also think things just start to like click a little differently than when you're 20, you're a little younger, you have the space to be a little more responsible and just kind of like see where life takes you, So it's just, yeah, it's different. I don't know. I felt it. Like I felt that switch from like, I think maybe around 28 was where I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'm done fucking around.
I said for a very long time that I feel like I never really identified with my 20s because I was forced to grow up so quickly. It was hard for me to look at people my age in my 20s and relate to them. Like, I had such bigger responsibilities. I've been working since I was 15. Like, I've never known a life where I don't work and have to take care of myself. And even just like being out of my house at 17 and then moving back in and then being out again at 18, like I had to support myself when other people were still, you know, enjoying the luxury of living at home.
Right.
Which, no shade, I would have loved that, but I didn't have that option. And so I feel like when I got to my 30s, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like I finally, like I've arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the decade I resonate with. This is who I'm meant to be. I don't know. I love my 30s.
Yeah, I agree. I was definitely one of those people that was like very excited to turn 30.
Yeah,
like everybody's
same.
like, oh my God, 30. Like
I know. And every time people say it, I'm like, hey.
Yeah. But I was like, I'm actually really excited to like turn 30. Like I loved my 20s. Don't get me wrong. I had a lot of fun in my 20s. I was very responsible, but also very irresponsible. Like I fucked shit up, you know, like I did go to school and I got my degree and everything. And I moved to San Francisco. Like it was a lot of fun, but I definitely was just ready to leave that part of me behind, you know, and just like start, I guess, I don't know if I would call it like reinventing myself, at least not at 30, like right when I turned 30, where I was like,
well,
okay,
it's not like
ready.
a switch. Like, oh, I better get 30 and change
But-
my fucking life. I gotta get my shit together.
There are people that turn a certain age and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, you know?
Well, there are people that are good at like time stamping things, right? Like, you know,
My best friend Brianna is really good at that. Everything is very
must be nice. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
same.
I feel
Drop
that.
it down in the comments. Let us know. Give us
Yeah.
ideas.
What do you think we should be?
Maybe podcasters. I don't know.
Podcasters. We can't be podcasters. Oh, fuck, we can't.
Enunciate.
I need to start enunciating my words better.
You're hanging out with me too much.
I know. Honestly, yeah. The other day I was like talking and I was like,
Damn.
why am I speaking like this?
Are you okay?
No.
A mí me dolió.
No,
fuck.
I started like stuttering.
I've been hanging out with you too much.
Damn Salvadoran.
Should I leave?
You and your pupusas.
That's so dramatic. No, I feel like I've started stuttering and I used to never stutter.
This isn't getting better. For Mario.
I know, shit.
Everybody knows Mario stutters.
I'm just gonna wait downstairs for our food. You guys can handle this, right?
Anyways, I think it's your DNA in me.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I know.
I hate it. I'm like, why am I stuttering?
Yeah.
Paulina, all of a
At least you're
sudden-
not growing penises inside of you.
That's true.
Paulina, all of a sudden having a
Sorry. That's a weird thing to say.
troll. I know. So I'm gonna guide this into another direction.
Yeah, sorry, we steered away.
Paulina, all of a sudden having cholo spasms.
Oh, yeah.
fool.
No, not
She
doing
goes
that.
from chola to fresa real quick.
She's at the coffee shop. Hey, let me get a honey latte.
No.
Honey cinnamon latte with vanilla.
¿Es orgánico? Next second.
Next second.
Hey, but with almond milk.
I would never order.
I could
coffee
never
like that.
even see you.
I'm like, even when
trying
I
to
was
do
in
that.
my chola face,
I
I
was
didn't
about to
speak
say,
like
can
that.
you try it?
No. Anyways,
Give us hot Cheeto Pao real quick.
like I had the quote unquote chola phase because I lived somewhere that was surrounded
You were
by
a
that.
baked hot Cheeto.
But I would.
You were in like a full.
Yeah, the healthy kind.
Yeah,
the
healthy
granola
kind.
hot
Exactly,
Cheetos.
yeah. I was just kind of like there, you know? Like I didn't really
It's
even
like in the
fit
background.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of like
So there
garnish.
was- like I liked some of the songs. Like I dated one of the guys, but it was like not like I didn't fucking get like
One of the
jumped
guys.
into a gang.
Like I'll eat a hot Cheeto, but I'm a real Cheez-It. I'm a Cheez-It
Yeah,
groove it.
sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the 30s.
Well, it's like giving yourself a second chance. You're in your
Yeah.
30s, right? In your 20s, I think like
You
it's
take
just-
so much intel.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're still like in this kind of like, where do I want to go? Where do I want to be? Also, I feel like I don't know. I feel like in your 20s, you just feel so much more responsible than in your 30s. Like in my
Yeah.
20s, I felt like I needed to have it figured out. I'd also
Oh.
like started a business with my dad when I was like 25, like from the ground up. Like, dude, like, you know, in my mind, I was like a lot more grown up than I really was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I hit my 30s and I was like, bro, chill the fuck out.
That's actually such a good point. I feel like in your 20s, you feel this pressure of like,
Having
what
to-
do you want to go to school for? What do you want to do after school? What if you don't like what you studied for? Like, shit, now I'm behind. And then you get to your 30s and you're like,
Not that big
it's
of
all
a deal.
right.
Yeah.
actually, we're okay.
I feel like that comes partly with like the hustle mentality, right?
Yeah.
Of like, there's this saying, and I'm gonna butcher it. I don't exactly remember how it goes, but it's something like hustle in your 20s so that in your 30s you don't have to like you
work
already
as
have
hard,
it set
yeah,
up, and
yeah,
in
yeah.
your 40s you don't have to work or something. Like it's
Yeah.
like something like that, you know? And I feel like we did grow up in that hustle mentality generation where it was like, well, we got to do everything right now. Like we got to
Yeah.
Mhm.
prove everything
What was
right
it like?
now.
Hustle now, play later. ¿Cómo se llama la madre?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's-
basically.
you know what you know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Put it down in the comments.
But yeah, I mean, I
Smile
felt
now,
the
cry
need.
later. Some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely felt
Also
the need
20s to 30s.
like I definitely felt the need to have everything together
figured out,
in my
yeah.
20s, and then I got into like my later 20s, and I was like, well, okay, I did figure a lot of things out, which I'm grateful for, you know, but like life's not that serious. Like we can kind of
Yeah.
take a step back and enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Is there anything that happened in your like switch from your 20s to your 30s that you were like, this is like monumental for me?
That's funny because I was thinking about that the other day, and I had actually wrote it down in our pod notes about like a life changing moment that made you kind of realize that like not that life isn't that serious, but like kind of just stop and smell the roses type deal.
Yeah.
And for me, it was definitely the closing down of Vitality Bulls,
Mm-hmm.
where
Mm.
I partied a fuck ton from like
What?
if you didn't know, from the past 129, 30, 40 episodes.
What episode are we
I,
on?
I don't know.
No idea.
Maybe like 130, 131, something around
Oh,
there.
shit.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be around for the 150.
You're not. Well, I mean,
What if we bring you back?
Yeah, we can just
Maybe
sit
I'll
you
come
down
back
over
for the
there.
150
Yeah,
with the mic.
yeah, with the mic just far away. But I, as much as I partied, I also tried to take my life serious. I was in nursing school. I mean, that took a lot of like responsibility to like get into the nursing program. It took a lot of dedication.
School in general is just a lot.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know how
then-
people keep going back.
Right?
It's crazy. Yeah.
I'll never go back.
And then starting the business. So I took my life very serious at a moment where like I feel like now looking back at it, I didn't have to take it that serious. It was just
Yeah.
society telling me that I needed to hit these milestones at a certain age, and you put so much pressure on yourself to hit them, and like that really makes a lot of people go crazy.
Yeah.
And for me, closing Vitality Bowls kind of gave me that like second wind. I mean, I was also very fucking depressed, but if it wasn't for closing down Vitality Bowls, Vive con Huevos would have never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have still been on my bio. Probably someone probably would have stole it. And but that moment in my life really kind of triggered something in me where I was like, bro, it ain't that serious. Like, take it easy. It was also COVID. A lot of people were like, everybody's mind started switching too. So
Yeah.
I think my personality also switched around that time where I was like, dude, calmate, like, and just enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I still don't put a lot of pressure on myself to like,
Yeah.
be successful and have it all together. But I think I just don't take it as serious as I did before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What about you guys?
Great. It's calling.
Oh yeah, Mario pause.
Y tan solo con el precio me has pagado. Vive con huevos, compa, lo que es. Que si una vez dije que
Sorry guys, my bad.
We're back. We had a
Uber Eats was here.
yeah Uber Eats
They needed our
delivery.
pin.
My snacks.
Apparently.
Oh god, I knew that was coming.
You actually hadn't done that in a long time.
know.
Is it a little girl?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I had like one pivotal moment like that where like you had like
Like a
something
defining,
that like
yeah.
a defining moment. I think mine kind of just gradually happened. Like I was going through my 20s. When I started getting hangovers is when I was really like, I gotta change my life up. Like,
But guys,
This
I mean,
isn't fun anymore.
yeah, but I don't think you guys understand. Like, Bao's
Yeah.
hangovers were nasty.
days.
Yeah, like vitamin come
Damn.
down
Yeah.
type hangovers.
Yeah, it was bad. Like
Shit.
we
Yeah.
would go out. So I probably started like when it's funny because I have a friend that like always gets like talks shit to me because he's always like, the first time that I went out in TJ, I got fucking plastered, as one does when you first time out
when
in
you
TJ.
first got back, right?
No. This was before I moved.
Oh.
First time in TJ, like in Tijuana, I turned.
Oh, first time in TJ. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was thinking about your first time when you went to was it Red
Oh
Room?
my God.
And Los Cholos when you had first came back from San Fran.
That one was horrible. I don't even want to think about that one. No. I have a friend that talks shit to me because the first time I went out in TJ, I wasn't 18 yet. Like I was having the time of my life, and I didn't wake up hungover. He woke up hungover, but I was like, well, that's not my fault. Like, you're hungover, you know?
That sounds like a you
Until
problem.
this day, he doesn't believe me that I wasn't hungover. But I was like, I was 16, 17. Like, I was young. Like,
your
I
body's
obviously
so
was,
resilient,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah. And maybe I was like hungover, but I didn't really know what it was. And I probably just didn't feel the best, but I wasn't like dying the way that I like gradually started to get. And it all kind of started happening when I turned like 24. It was like just like hangovers were just not enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I would like put up with them because I enjoyed going out and like drinking or whatever. And then started dating Mario, and we would go out, and there was just this one day where I was like, I can't keep doing this anymore. And he
It was
like, what do you mean?
if I remember correctly, I think it was the Super Bowl because we went out. Y tú te pusiste una pedota.
What do we do?
And we went to our compadres. Well, at the time he was living at his parents' house. We went to his parents' house, and you did not move off of their recliner
For the Super Bowl.
It was the
But
Super
I was
Bowl,
trying to
right?
figure out what we did the night before.
Quién sabe.
Yeah, I do remember that day because and the only reason I remember is because I was laying on you and you were like, give me piojito, but you kept fucking moving. And every time you would move, it would like make me nauseous. And I was so annoyed. I was like, why am I laying on him right now? Yeah.
Was that the day you fell? I have a video of you
No.
coming into the apartment and you were faded. And you came in.
Why are you putting all my faded moments out there like this?
Because not a lot of people get to see Two Shot Pal.
No,
it's
I was not too shot out back then.
No, you were like 10 shot Pal.
Yeah.
And she took like 20 shots that day. And she came back for some reason. I was at home. I think.
Oh,
maybe
I
had
fell off
like
the bed.
You came in for a kiss and then you like stumbled.
Yeah, and I told you pushed
Yeah.
me. Yeah, no, I don't remember. It's like specifically the one cruda that I was like, yeah, I'm done, because there was so many back to back, and finally I was just like, I'm done. Like I can't keep doing this. And it was mostly because, yes, I would feel like shit. Like I would wake up and my head was like your typical like hangover feeling, you know? But then it would take me like 3 days to bounce back. And for the next like 2, 3 to 4 days, I was an emotional mess. Like I was depressed. Like it was like I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to move from my bed or from my couch. Like it was like a very like como cruda moral sin tener por qué traer cruda moral, you know? And so it was just like weird.
Anxiety for
like
those
anxiety, yeah.
that don't speak
But
Spanish.
without like the reason.
Ever since you
no
told,
sabo.
well, ever since you told me that one person skipped that Santa Mica episode, I like think about it so much whenever we're
shit.
recording.
to like
Yeah.
translate.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking
Anxiety,
about.
cruda moral. Say it with us. Cruda moral.
Muy bien.
Feel like
Can
Dora.
you say?
Can you say cruda moral?
Okay, Dora.
So yeah, it was like the anxiety without the need for the anxiety. You know, like
Yeah.
it wasn't like I
Like
No,
I
'cause
did
wouldn't act.
anything.
You
No,
wouldn't-
like
you wouldn't act out.
I was just having a good time.
Also,
and so,
Pao was like a pretty like. She was those drunks that you didn't know that were that faded.
I've always
Until-
been that way.
I was
until
just
you'd get
done.
home and you're like, when the
Yeah.
fuck did you get like this?
yeah,
You don't know I'm that fucked up until I'm like throwing up.
yeah.
Like there's no in between.
Mhm.
I'm
Us
either-
not
I'm-
noticing that you were high as fuck.
Yeah. Like
I
that.
love micheladas.
That's different. That's different.
But yeah, no, like you wouldn't know. And like there was a time where like aguantaba bastante. Like I could
Yeah.
drink, you know, and like I
Mhm.
could sit. And I've always been a chill drinker. Like I've like I like to sit and like hang
Sit
out,
and
listen to
hang out,
music. Yeah. And so it was just like a gradual thing. And then once you saw me taking tequila shots, that's when you knew I was drunk. Like that was never my thing. But yeah, so anyways, that to me, like once I started getting the really bad hangovers and I was like, yeah, I can't keep doing this, was when I was like, I need to make some changes to my life. Like
Yeah.
partying and like going out can't be like my main like
Sense of enjoyment.
yeah, you know, like, and I did enjoy it for like a few years. Like it was a lot of fun. And when Mario and I first started dating, like we did go out a lot.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun.
But I feel like everyone has that in their 20s. You
Yeah.
have like a little party phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then that happened, and I was like, okay, I need to like kind of calm down a little. And then I just feel like, yeah, things just started happening. Like Vive con Huevo started, and then to me, like going to the events, like I wasn't gonna drink at the events because I take them more as like a networking. Like you're meeting people and you don't know who's gonna be in the room. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like bouncing off the wall,
Yeah,
fucking
literally.
taking shots with everybody.
I gotta speak for Mario
Yeah.
while we're at these events.
Yeah, because you think I started sober. You should see me drunk.
So yeah, I think mine was just more gradual, and like the hangovers were definitely that, I guess, that like defining moment for me where I was like, okay,
Also, when
things
we
gotta
moved
change.
into the apartment, I forget what that year that was, 2020.
2020.
Oh, it was 2020, yeah. You started taking your health a little bit more serious. Because I got like
Yes.
I got the tail end of 10-shot bow.
Yeah,
And then you turned into 2-shot bow.
yeah,
And then no shot bow.
yeah, yeah. That's true. It was, I guess that could be the pivotal moment, is like when I really wanted to start taking care of my health. Like I think all those years of like going out and eating out late and drinking like really caught up to me, and I was like not happy with my appearance or with a lot of things. So I was like, I need to start taking this more seriously. And if there's one thing that I do have is like strong will when I really want to do something. But I really have to want to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And that was that one thing where I was like, that's it. I'm done. And so, yeah, it was like that, like the gradual, just like don't really want to party. And then starting to take my health more seriously in like 2021, probably like end of 2020
Yeah.
into 2021, where I was like, all right, this is it. And then, yeah, just kind of
Time to
started
grow up now.
yeah, started to slow my life down a little bit. And then I started finding a lot of peace in just like the slowing down and spending time at home. Yes. I don't
Time
know.
with the family is priceless.
But
Yeah.
that's kind of that was like and then I hit 30, and I was really excited to be 30. And I thought it was going to be like the best year of my life. And it was a really good year. Like I have nothing against it. But I think now like
All I can think about is 13 going on 30 and bound in the closet. 30? What is it?
30, flirty, and
30,
thriving.
flirty, and thriving. 30, flirty, and thriving.
yeah, and then just like now a couple years into 30, like I've really enjoyed it. Like I've really
Yeah.
been just enjoying these last couple years.
What about you, Soph?
I feel like
She's like, fuck everybody. I'm gonna have fun.
no, I feel like
What are you talking about? I'm
my
still
divorce
25.
was a big one. Just because my divorce was the catalyst for so many things. Just me learning what I did and didn't want in relationships, learning so much about myself in relationships. It's also when I was the most overweight, and also when my health journey started, like leaving my marriage. That was kind of like the intersection of where I started boxing and then found spin. And yeah, it'll be like 10 years of me spinning soon.
Wow.
Yeah. And
You're not dizzy?
can't wait.
I was actually just saying today
How's
how
this
I
guy's
I was saying today how I miss a good spin class. Like I really do.
That's funny because
Yeah.
today I was actually thinking about boxing and I was like, wait, ¿cómo extraño meter putazos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to hire a boxing coach for you.
Dude, you went to like
Yeah.
those 10 free classes.
Well,
Well,
first
not
of all,
free,
they
but
weren't
like you
free.
were trying to find out. You were trying.
One
to
of
find
them,
out.
I was actually mad because he didn't disclose how much it was going to be, and then I feel like he overcharged me, and so he was off the list because of that. But anyway, I digress. I feel like my divorce was definitely, which I got divorced when I was 25, and it didn't finalize till I was in my 26th year.
Okay.
And so I feel like, yeah, 27, 28 is when I like had kind of like you, where it was like not quite my 30s, but I was
Mhm.
starting to just like get over my own shit. It was so easy approaching my 30th year being like, nope, this is not how I want to spend the next decade of my life. And so
Yeah.
I feel like my 28th, 29th year was definitely where I started to feel that shift in that relationship with Drew because my divorce had taught me so much that I was like, no, I don't want to repeat this pattern. I don't want to. And I think that's that shift that we were talking about earlier, where your 20s are just like survival mode. You're learning, you're just taking intel on like what could be your life. And then you have that switch coming into your 30s where it's like, no, now I know who I am a little bit better. I know what choices I should be making. Whether you make them or not is a different story. And then you just feel more secure in your choices and who you are and how you want to proceed with things. And you feel really like indignant in your choices.
We become a little bit more self-aware, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of like who you're becoming
I
or
think
what
so.
you became and how what you're becoming and how those choices can ultimately like
affect other people
Yeah.
too. I think you become aware of not just like self-aware of you, but self-aware of how you also impact the world around you. Whereas in your 20s, you're definitely a little more selfish.
Yeah.
And it reflects in your friendships, it reflects in your lifestyle. And then in your 30s, it's like a different kind of empathy kicks in because you're just wiser and you know better.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, not all of us.
well, you should.
There's some people out
And
there.
it's a whole other discussion.
That is. I
Also
mean, that
have.
that could be a whole episode on its own, you know? But I do agree with that. I do agree that in your 20s or like in our 20s, we are programmed to be a little more selfish.
Yes.
Just because like it is like me, you know,
Yeah.
like this is what I want to do this, I want to do that. And like at least speaking for myself, like I did have a lot of me. And during that time, like I also realized how there were so many other people around me that also deserved like my time, you know, or
Yeah,
like my
consideration.
consideration or
Yeah.
my love or whatever. Like, I mean, everybody needs something different from you, right?
Mhm.
But the older in my 20s that I got, the less it became about me and the more it became about people around me. It's
Yeah.
my mom. Pues sí me avisó. But we're in the middle of an episode.
He was ready to fight.
No.
He was about to fly down those stairs to
'cause-
defend the castle.
It's because I got the notification.
No one's going to conquer my land.
I got the notification for the ring and I saw that it
I
was
don't know why. I just had a vision of you jumping from this landing all the way to the bottom.
Jumping over the thing. And
like Miss Doubtfire.
yes.
Help is on the way, dear! Help is on the way, dear!
Mrs. Doubtfire!
Help is on the way!
Oh, shit.
Ay, güey, es que vi la notificación del ring and it popped up and it was like this, you know how you can see like what the
Yeah.
camera's seeing, and I saw our front door and I was like, what the fuck? And then I heard the latch and I
Oh.
was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. She told me, but I
Did not tell your husband?
well, we were in the middle of recording. Sylvia was talking. I didn't
Sorry.
think so. Yeah, and so that is something that I've really grown to appreciate in like the later years, is just like realizing your village and being there for your village as much as your village is there for you. And that I wouldn't change that for anything. And I really
Yeah.
do think that like I am so grateful that I let go of those like selfish years earlier on, because there are people that don't grow out of it exactly ever
Yeah.
or as young or whatever, like just in like earlier stages of their life, you know. And I do, and I still don't even feel like I show up for people the way that like people show up for me sometimes, and like I want to do more, you know. But at least I'm like aware that I feel that way and I want to make those changes, but there's people that just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I posted something on Instagram actually along those lines, where I feel like now the struggle in your 30s for the people that didn't take that evolution in their 20s into their 30s, or maybe they're just not done, which is fine. Take your time, but get there.
Pero
Please.
aprende, güey, no mames.
I read it and I just thought it was super interesting. It says a lot of people hide behind the "I don't owe you anything," but you do owe integrity. If you caused harm, you owe an apology. If someone supported you, you owe gratitude. And if you disrespected someone, you owe accountability. And I think that there's also this like switch in your 30s where I think in adulthood in general, where like you kind of just get tired of your own shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, it's time to be considerate of other people. It's
Mhm.
time to think about how the bigger picture looks and how I affect the world around me. And I think some people like over therapize, and I think we're in that, which is great. Like I love that therapy is becoming more of a norm. I always think about like the term emotional intelligence was actually coined, I think, in 1995. So I think about my parents and I'm like, that wasn't even a psychological term
For them.
until
right.
I was 3.
Yeah.
So of course you didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I love that it's becoming more mainstream, more normal, but like where does that switch then happen in the process of you being self-aware and being more confident just in who you are as an adult, to where a boundary isn't a boundary and you're just being a dick.
Yeah.
You know, like self-awareness doesn't mean anything if you're not actually learning, growing, applying the things that you learned.
Well, and I think, like you said, the word boundary and like self-awareness, like I think those words are also words that are just get thrown around
Overused as fuck.
and they're overused and people don't actually know what being self-aware is, you know, like they think they're self-aware, but actually you're like the complete opposite of it. Or you're like, I don't know, maybe you are, but just not in the way you think that you are.
Or
you know?
everybody's ex is a narcissist.
Yes.
Like, do you even know what that word means? Like, and I think that avoidance of the hard conversations when you're like, oh, I'm just not going to talk to that person because that's a boundary. No, you're being avoidant.
Yeah.
Have the hard conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think, I mean, if like going into boundaries can also be a whole episode on its own, you know, but it all kind of ties together, like the self-awareness and just like the maturity and stuff. But the boundary talk to me is crazy because there are people that are just like, well, I'm setting my boundary, but it's like, well, what? Or just have the like you said, just have the conversation.
But
like,
I think like sometimes it doesn't just have the hard conversation, but sometimes do people merit that conversation? Or like there's
well, then that's not a boundary. That's just you not wanting to that's just you deciding I'm not going to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
which is avoidant attachment.
Yeah.
If
but
you want to
also,
stick to therapy terms.
Yeah, but also like sometimes you do want to have that conversation with somebody, but you know they're not going to be receptive to it, or they're just going to like and in a sense be narcissistic towards the conversation where they're like, oh, what did I do wrong? Or not
victimize themselves.
Not kind of like be self-aware of themselves and how they're actually acting. So like, have the hard conversation, but it's easy for us because all 3 of us are the same.
Yeah.
And like all 3 of us
and
wouldn't.
We're perfect.
Yeah. And like, honestly, I wouldn't, if you got offended by me, then you're the issue. So, but like I'm down to have a hard conversation with somebody and acknowledge when I'm in the wrong. But also, like, I hate having a conversation with somebody that thinks they're always right.
Or it's exhausting to be the only one.
Yeah.
That's a theme I come across a lot in my 30s, where I feel like being self-aware is a curse and a blessing at the same time. Like I'm very proud of how self-aware I can be, because most of the time you don't have to tell me that I'm doing something that affects you. I feel it. Like I feel it so innately in my bones where I'm like, fuck. Like there's been times where I've walked away and I'm like, I'm sorry I wasn't as talkative today, or like I feel the guilt of like not pulling my weight here, or not saying the right thing, or not saying enough. But that's important. Like you still affect the people around you. It's not about protecting my peace and like thinking that you're so great that these people don't deserve you.
Right.
When you didn't even have a conversation to like tell them what was wrong, or to really sit and reflect and be like, what was this like from your lens? How can I be better? And I think when you're naturally doing that and that's just innate with you, that's when your self-awareness is actually like locked in to your environment. And I think that's the goal. It's not so much like you're still in that me. If you're just thinking about yourself and internalizing that self-awareness to a point where you're shutting people out, avoiding hard conversations, you need to like break that wall down and be self-aware and ask yourself, okay, how did this affect you? How can I be a better friend? How can I be a better co-host? Like, and take the feedback. And you don't have to agree with it every time, but just being willing and open to have those conversations, to take a harder look at yourself. Like, you're not a fucking cake. You're never done baking, man. Like, this is life. You are a human being. We evolve, we change. And it keeps happening. There keeps coming all these things in our lives that we have to level up and adapt again and be self-aware again. Yeah. And I think some people think like, well, I'm this like great version of myself. And so, yeah, you
It's
don't get
that,
access and you
or
don't get
it's
access.
the pues soy como soy.
Yes. Oh, I can't
know?
stand that.
But to Mario's point, I do understand where he's coming from of like, it's not necessarily avoiding the conversation because you want to avoid the conversation. It's a quote unquote avoiding the conversation. But I think it's really just like being aware of the people, of who the people are,
Yeah.
of like, this person's not going to be receptive to this conversation. And it's going to be just like a headache, or it's going
It's
to
gonna piss you off
to a fight,
more.
or I'm at this point, like it is going to be a lot of energy going into it for nothing because they're not going to be
They're not going
receptive.
to receive it.
Then it is kind of like, okay, like I'm making this decision,
Yeah.
being aware that I'm not bringing this conversation up because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. Well, there's
And-
always shit you can't control
Yeah.
externally. And I think that is a healthy way to set a boundary, because when you realize someone has a different emotional IQ level than you,
Yeah.
then I can't. Like, as
Yeah.
much as I want to, it's not going to be productive. So it makes no sense. Then that's kind of a boundary that I reached, like when I stopped talking to my parents. It didn't matter how I presented the conversation. It didn't matter how I said what I felt. It didn't matter how I adapted or reacted to it. The result was the same every time.
Yeah.
And that's the definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results every time. And so you start to feel a little crazy. And when that self-awareness gets triggered in that way, you have to concede and just be like, okay, this is where I draw a boundary, but not just like avoiding it altogether or
Right.
not giving it that thought.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I think, the avoidance of it altogether, of course, like you owe it to yourself to give it more of a thought than just like completely avoiding it, you know?
Yeah.
But there are people that are super avoidant too and don't
Yeah.
want to,
There are.
rock the boat.
Yeah.
Or would
And
rather
that's just
kinda
also in
I
their
have a few
personality.
friends in my life like that.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, no. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, and we do too. And I think, I think in this conversation, what I kind of like would want to emphasize is like use your voice a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, because I do know a lot more people that would rather not rock the boat than are with us and like, hey, bro, be a little bit more self-aware.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know a lot
Yeah.
more people that aren't confrontational
Sí,
than
machín. Yeah.
confrontational, you know? And I mean, being confrontational is not easy. And
No.
it doesn't, I think confrontational also has like a negative connotation because it doesn't have to be confrontational. People that don't know how to have the conversations or aren't receptive to the conversations then consider it confrontational, you know?
Right.
And so for me, having those type of conversations is something newer. Like there was a time in my life where I wasn't confrontational and I just didn't care to do it. I didn't care to have the conversation. It was like, whatever, you know? But then I realized how much it was actually like affecting me on a
Yeah.
deeper level without realizing it at first. And so once I did realize that, I was like, well, why is it so hard for me to have this conversation? Like the more I started having the hard conversations, the easier it got and the lighter everything got, you know? And like I tell Mario all the time, like when I want to have a certain conversations with him, I'm always like, I don't want you to take this in a bad way because I'm not trying to come off in a bad way. I just want to have this conversation and it's not an easy one, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Like we're allowed to have conversations that aren't easy to like come to an agreement, especially like I think in marriage it's just a little different, you know? But I do think it didn't come as easy to me because it was either like a fight or it was we don't have the conversation, you know? And then that's like another thing that kind of happened in that transition of like my late 20s into my 30s. I was like, no, like I'm ready to just not be as defensive and be able to have these conversations with people. What?
I feel like one day Bao just woke up and had like a Pokemon evolution moment. You know what I'm talking about? It's like Bao just one day just glowed white and then just transformed into a whole ass. What was your Pokemon?
I don't remember what it
Fucking
was,
something
but she
leaf?
was something
Yeah.
like like ethereal like that. Because I do think there was like just that kind of moment in my later 20s where I was just like, why am I, you know, like I became more self-aware and I was just kind of like, okay, well, I don't want to be that way. Or
I became a lot more self-aware, but it also like made me it made it harder to have relationships.
Yeah. That's something no one
yeah.
talks about. It can be so lonely to evolve into better versions of yourself.
yeah.
You know, when I transitioned from like Vitality Bowls to like Vive con Huevos, to now, and it's like I've let so many people go, and I've disappointed so many people.
Yeah.
And we talked about this. I forgot what episode it was, but it was like you're disappointing so many people because they were so used to a past version of you,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but you're no longer that person anymore. But that also comes with like their self-awareness, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like at what point does it become? Where's the fine line between like selfish and like soulful?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Oh,
another
soulful. You
yeah.
remembered.
That's another thing too, is
I
that
start
like
fucking glowing white right now too.
we're allowed to outgrow people.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that that's another one of those like bigger issues in society where it's like, but you've been friends for so long. Well, it's like, well, yeah, but we're in different stages of life. And if the other person like realize is also self-aware and realizes that maybe we're outgrowing a certain stage of our life, doesn't mean that you won't have that friendship or
Right.
that relationship anymore. It just means that it's going to look a little different.
Yeah.
Mario and I right now are going into a completely different time of our lives, right?
Yeah.
And like time tells with like the people that you end up still hanging out with and who you don't hang out with.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would like call it like you're outgrowing certain friendships because
Yeah.
you're doing something different, but
And I think to your point, that has a negative connotation
does. I
too.
was
When
gonna
it
say,
doesn't have to.
it doesn't exactly it
Yeah.
doesn't have to. Like it could just, you can just come to get like, I think about like Marce, for example.
Mhm.
Like we would hang out with her a lot at one point, and I wouldn't say that we outgrew each other. I just say our situations are different and we
Mhm.
don't hang out as much anymore, but it doesn't mean that the friendship isn't there,
Right.
you know? And I think a lot of people would say like, no, well, they don't hang out, so they're not friends anymore. And like, that's not the case at all. Like I would drop and do anything for her if she needed something, you know? And
Yeah.
yeah, we don't hang out as often, but there are people that just, oh, well, we haven't hung out in 3 months, so I'm just not going to talk to them anymore. We're not friends
Yeah.
anymore. And it's like, that's crazy, dude. Like you go through so much shit with people in life that just because
Yeah.
you didn't talk for a few months, you would consider them not your friend anymore, or like they replaced you with someone else because
Yeah.
you weren't able to give them what they thought they needed from you at that time, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But it's like, well, you didn't replace, you just found another friend. And why can't we
Mhm.
all just
Well, that goes
have
back.
that.
Why
That goes.
can't we be friends?
That goes down to like again. We're like keep hitting the same word. It goes down to somebody else's self-awareness, right? Because
Yeah.
like for example, AJ, my really good friend. Like, dude, we were friends since my freshman year in high school. Up until now, we've powered through that friendship,
Mhm.
and we went through our party phase together. He's actually the one that introduced me to raving. Then he left to the Navy, and I kind of got stuck here, you know. Now on the flip side, I felt like I was the one that kind of got like abandoned because like
Mm.
you know, around the time when he left to the Navy, I hadn't fully left nursing yet. Mentally, I left nursing,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but like physically, I was still like going through it. So I kind of felt like, yo, my best friend, you know,
Yeah.
I missed him.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then, not that I had some sort of resentment against him. It was just more of a like, wait for me, I got little legs.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
how I felt.
Well, you felt like he was advancing in a way that
But
you
really, like,
weren't.
because I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he's going into the Navy. Like now, it's this like, oh shit, bro.
Well, and at one point you were gonna.
We were gonna
You
join
were gonna join
together,
together,
actually,
yeah.
and I was like, no, I'm gonna kick back. I'm gonna stay here. It just wasn't. I would have totally been a totally different Mario.
Yeah. That's actually terrifying.
I would have been. You think
I'm
I had an
sorry.
ego then?
Yeah.
Wait till you
Yeah.
see me in uniform. And then and then he came back. He started a family, and like we have been through different stages in our lives, and I haven't seen him in. I think I went through a period in life where I didn't see him for like maybe a solid 4 or 5 years.
I didn't meet him until like our 5th year of our
Yeah.
relationship.
And then
wow.
yeah, so
But I knew about him.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I had heard his name and he would tell me about him all the time. But like it's not like you would hang out with him.
mhm.
You know?
And then like when
Yeah.
we hang out, it's like it's still the same.
It
know?
feels that way,
It
even
feels
like from
he's
me.
my brother, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And going back to the episode where I was talking like Filipino, that's my homie.
That- yeah.
And
Don't cancel us
yeah.
still.
and you know, I spent so much time with him where I actually saw him as my brother.
Mm.
My mom would like call him my brother, and like, you know, and then so much time passed. But I think I was self-aware enough to be like, dude, you're going through all these stages in your life, and you're doing this for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I knew you were in
That's the key. I
you were
think.
you were in a shitty place. You were trying to figure it out. You didn't know what direction to go in. I knew mentally you were fucked up. not like that, but like, you know,
Yeah.
you didn't know where to turn or where to
Still
go.
figuring your shit out.
You were in a black hole, and I was self-aware enough to be like, no, you're doing this for you, and you're being selfish in a positive way.
Mhm.
Versus
Yeah.
someone would see that and be like, you're being selfish in a negative way.
Yeah. Because that's another really big thing. Being selfish isn't always a bad thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, I think when you and I first started dating, I would tell you all the time, like sometimes you just have to be a little selfish because
Mm-hmm.
if you think Mario is selfless now, like when I first met him, there was not an ounce of selfishness inside of him. Like, and there were times where I would tell him
Aw.
like, hey,
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
because I could see how people would like walk all over him or
Yeah.
like think that be like, okay, well Mario's got it, and yeah, Mario does have it,
He
but
would
then
get
what
it.
the fuck, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
And I would tell him like, there's nothing bad with just being a little selfish in certain situations, and you have to be in order to grow. You have to be a little selfish in order to move forward and get yourself out of situations that you don't want to be in, you know?
Yeah.
And so I just think that that's another thing that people take so negatively is like, oh,
Yeah.
he was selfish. He left for himself. Good. Like
Yeah.
he should have left for himself. Who else is he doing things for?
Yeah.
You know?
What's
Like-
that little like balancing act of becoming self-aware by being selfish,
Yeah.
but then not tipping that scale so far to where you just become arrogant
Yeah.
and an asshole.
It's an art.
It is an art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know. I think just all of these words and the way that people perceive them and use them, especially now with just like social media and the way that like
I think we glorify these words too much and we overuse
Yes.
them, and sometimes like setting boundaries and what is it, like self-healing, or I'm in my healing era, gets
Mm-hmm.
thrown around so much. And we've said this before in prior podcasts where it's like we don't know what that means anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like we're not reflecting on what that actually means.
Yeah.
And like thinking of what you're thinking is also a thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
And
Yeah.
I posted this recently because it was very pointed at a couple people in my life, but the sentiment is overarching, I think, here, where I hate that phrase. If they wanted to, they would make time for you.
Yeah.
Because you're just assuming that life is not happening and that they have the option and the luxury of time and that you're the first thing on their list. Like, in the spirit of being selfish to become self-aware, you should be your first priority.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be overextending and giving and giving and giving to other people. You should give back, but you shouldn't prioritize that. And you should also, like, it is a balancing act. And so I think when people are like, oh, if this person really cared about me, they'd make time for me. Like, you're removing the whole human element of the fact that maybe I don't have the time or resources.
Yeah.
I work 3 jobs. Like, I barely have time to do shit for myself. I had 2 breakdowns today. I had 2 yesterday. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't call you.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't the first thing on my list. I'm just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Like, and so I think that is where I also have an issue where people project that onto others when so much of that work is on you to become self-aware on how you impact your environment, where you can improve, so that it can all just feel synergistic and not forced.
And and I also feel like one thing is like, say for example, like hypothetically speaking, I reach out to you and I'm like, I'm having a really hard time. Like, do you have some time?
Yes.
And then you're like, I can't today, but let me get back to you. And then you
Yeah.
never get back to me. Then it's kind of like,
Yes,
what happened?
because
You
I
know,
reached
like
out and
I
told
reached
you
out.
I needed
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
So now you really don't give a shit. That's
Right.
different.
But if people aren't actually like reaching out and
Yeah.
they're just expecting you to be
we're
checking
both just
in,
living our lives, and then you're like, aquí nomás estoy pintada.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, you didn't reach out either?
Yeah.
Fuck.
yeah.
No, I mean it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we just throw these things around very loosely and it's just lost like the true meaning. They've lost their like true meaning, or they've all just gained very negative connotations when we can
Yeah.
really just
Well, and everyone's
look
just
at
missing
everything.
the whole point. The whole point is to continue up leveling, to continue being considerate about your life and how it affects other people, and to ultimately evolve into a version that not only will do good by you, but do good by others.
Yeah.
That's it. It's really not that much more complicated. And I think we overcomplicate it when we want to make excuses for ourselves,
Yeah.
when we want to avoid things, when we want to blame others instead of actually taking a look in the mirror and So yeah, naturally you're going to over therapize and throw these terms around because it's going to allow you to distract yourself from the original point, which is that. Yeah.
Bars. I don't have nothing to follow up with that. Sorry.
No, I mean, I think we're gonna get into this like repetition
Yeah.
of like
I
the
think
same
at this
thing,
point
you
we're
know.
just going to harp on the same thing.
But yeah, I mean, it's crazy how that turns into like it is really just something that starts to happen as you get older. I mean, there are people naturally born selfless and like looking at these things just in a different light, you know. But I think for the most part, most of us have to do the work.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with doing the work, but it's actually doing the work so that you do get there. I mean, part of being in my book, part of being a good person is taking other people into consideration.
Yeah,
and
same.
I think that's something that gets taught at home, and it's easier when people when you're being taught that at home.
Yes.
And it'll be easier for you throughout life. But if you weren't taught that at home, there comes a time in your life where
You
you're
gotta
too
reparent
old
yourself.
to like it's not an excuse anymore. Like
Yes.
no eres como eres porque eres así. Like you're
You
I
have a
get
choice.
it. Yeah, at this point you do
You're
have
choosing
a
that
choice.
now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, don't be afraid to restart and reinvent yourself.
Yes.
Because I think so many of us, I think we hit our 30s and our mid 30s, our late 30s, even into our 40s. Your mom, I made fun of her because she was making fun of me that I skipped the gym. And I was like, you restarted your health journey into, I'm not even going to say my Sarga's age, into your age. And she's
What
like,
a gentleman.
she's like, touche. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
and I think so many of us, like we hit these ages and we're just so scared to reinvent ourselves and start over because we're scared
And
of
it
like,
is scary. That's valid too.
we're scared
But
to like lose the people in our lives and or look or be looked at differently. But I think sometimes, you know, you need the change.
Yeah.
And if you really deep inside of you feel like you need to change to better yourself, then that's what the universe is calling you to do. And don't be afraid to leave the people behind or leave people behind, because like going back to what Bao just said is like your energy is going to attract the people that are meant to be in your life at that moment. And if that calls leaving people behind, then that's what your body needs. It's kind of like when girls go through breakups and they cut their hair, you know, because hair has just so much energy. And they're like, estoy cerrando
shed it.
ciclos. You know, sometimes you tienes que cerrar ciclos.
Yeah.
That's right, girlfriend.
Fuck it, sis.
No, yeah, I agree. I think just like the last thing I wanted to add, because you've said it right now, there, as much as like I say, like I don't want to make new friends, like that's not true. Like I think there's amazing people out there that we don't know, you know, like I think there's still people in our paths. And I think that's why it's really important to keep your like mind and heart open to meeting new people and seeing what else is out there. But a lot of people are afraid of that too, of just putting themselves out there a little bit more. And it comes with the reinventing or just the changing things up for yourself.
Well, that's such a full circle thing, because when you do the work, when you're self-aware and your heart is open, when you're in your 30s and you're more secure in who you are, you're not second guessing or like giving someone the time and then finding out later, like, fuck, this wasn't what it was supposed to be. Like those things naturally flow over time when you're doing that work.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Full circle moments here.
Yeah.
I think that's also why I'm scared of networking events.
Why?
Because I'm like, damn, what if me and my wife like you? Now I gotta make time for you in my schedule, and we don't got time.
No shade to the people we met through the podcast, but that would happen at the beginning where it was like, oh shit, now we gotta take these
damn, all these new friends.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I really like this person.
Yeah, I know. And it's been amazing. We have met really
Yeah.
amazing people through the podcast, and some of them are
And you're like,
really
damn,
good
I'm
friends.
having twins, man. I can't do that.
So right now we're on hold.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, guys, don't be afraid to reinvent yourselves, no matter what the age.
Don't stop doing the work.
Yeah,
Ever.
exactly. But
The Lord's work.
believe in science. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us today on your miércoles con huevos. We hope you got your steps in, your protein in, your vitamins, your water, your gallon of water, your fiber, your taste
Keeping
salud
everyone
with code
regular.
with your taste salud with code VCH, you'll get 10% off. Shameless plug.
And y'all like it because we see it.
I know,
So.
it's fucking bomb. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. Y como siempre, live your best life, fight your fears. At the end of the day, the only thing that you regret are the things that you did not do. So vive con huevos, guys. We out of here. We love you. Peace.
Bye.
Vive con huevos. Vive con huevos.